I guess I began this actually when I was in prison. I had conversations on a daily basis with people, and we would argue or whether society creates criminals or do criminals create society. And with the state of affairs in this country, we decided that, hey, sometimes it could go either way. What we decided was that all of us were in prison for having violated the laws in one way or another. But what would happen if kids were given alternatives to their upbringing some way?
Because it's easy to go down the wrong road, because out in these streets, it's hard.
What if we took away those challenges and just put real viable alternatives in front of people? What would happen? What would happen?
When Winfred Payne was released from prison, he created his vision, a program to help kids and build their future. Alternatives, a program for youth.
Well, about 8 or 9 years ago, I was associate director at the Center for Fathering and Urban Ventures in South Minneapolis. Winfred stopped by the office. He had just been released from prison, and he had this idea for training young people, and he just couldn't make any inroads. And I could read his passion, so I encouraged him to stick with it.
It's not uncommon for us to get calls from parents, grandparents, loved ones, extended family members, who are saying, I'm looking for a program that could provide some structure to a young person in our family. And I always keep Winfred's program in mind, because I think of the variety of things that he does over there. And I know he cares deeply about young people, and he tries to do whatever he can to provide programming for them, to provide support, and as TJ talks about it, and encouragement.
Alternatives for probably over a year now. When I worked at Best Buy, they were having like a connection with there just to get some volunteer hours or whatever. And I came in, volunteered with them, and ever since then I've just been staying, coming.
I asked Winfred, I said, what is it that you really want to do? And it was clear to me that what he really wanted to do was nothing to make a lot of money. It was all about helping save children's lives, because he knows what can happen to someone who gets incarcerated at an early age. He had seen it his whole life, and he wanted to save thousands of people from meeting that fate.
Winfred is trying very hard to accomplish something for the kids in the community. Volumes of people together trying to do good things, and you get volumes of good results.
I actually knew Winfred from South Minneapolis when I worked with him. When I migrated to North Minneapolis and we started this project, he was one of my, shall we say, tried and true go-to guys. Generally, when he works with the kids, they have a really good idea and a good work ethic, and know that they need to show up for work. He'll call me up and say, I've got a good kid here, we need a job. You got anything open? And I'll either tell him, yes we do, or we might have it in a couple of weeks.
Well, I've known Winfred for 4 or 5 years, and he was approached by one of the regional robotics people that lives in Minnesota, and they wanted to have an inner-city robotics program. I'm a mentor with the Alternative North High Robotics team, collaborative effort between North High and Alternatives.
The teacher that's pretty much running this program actually approached me and asked me to join. They've actually been helping us a lot with both resources and ideas and other things that they thought were very useful.
And Winfred knows that in his youth he made some bad choices, and he wants to prevent other youth from making the same bad choices. And that's where the name Alternatives, Program for Youth, comes from.
He's got some life lessons that he can share with young people that may prevent them from going down the path that he went down. So, I think he's an asset to the community.
I think being that it's moved to a new location on West Broadway, it's much more visible. It's contributing to the revitalization of West Broadway, and I view it as a safe haven for young people to go. Some young folks, they get caught up with things and they end up hanging out in the streets, and that could lead to getting them in trouble. Well, Alternatives, located on a busy street, is a place for kids to be off the streets and a safe haven for them to go to spend some time doing some constructive activities that will hope contribute to the youth development and not get them caught up with the criminal justice system.
They want the education, it's just there's not enough programs that are offering it. That's what we do, we offer it.
I think in addition, the fact that besides teaching the computer skills, Winfred teaches polite and proper. And a lot of programs will tolerate kids' misbehavior and just follow a curriculum. But he wants them on a life path.
He's out networking and talking to people in the community and getting help for the kids. He's providing a safe place for them to go after school. He's making sure that they've got food to eat, projects to do, people to help with homework mentoring. He's got a computer network with computers to get on the internet and do their homework and studies with. So he's making the place an attractive place to go, and a safe place to go, and a helpful place to go.
Keeps kids out of trouble.
You get these kids coming in here, and just because of the TV and the things around them, they don't really believe too much in themselves. But people like myself and Winfred, now that we volunteer with these kids, we can kind of help them see what they are and what they can be, and bring some hopes on them.
You can go along and say, hey, I'm a North Sider, with a great deal of pride.